You need to know what your intention is and also set the right intention in order to have sustainable success in your business and also in life in general. When I talk about sustainable success, let's break that down because I want us to be on the same page for the duration of this program. When I talk about success, it is not something that society prescribes to you. This is something that you have gotten quiet, you have gotten introspective, you've gotten deep, and you know this is what you want. And then in terms of sustainable success, it means that it is something that you can actively, continuously work towards, and it is not going to burn you out. It's going to work for your lifestyle. You're going to be able to financially support yourself and others. And last but not least, doesn't have too negative of an impact on the planet. So that's what sustainable success means to me. And that is the vision and the intention that I have built this program on to help you achieve a sustainable level of success for yourself. But the first step to do that is to set the intention, and that's why I have dedicated this entire lesson video behind it. So if you haven't already, please make a copy of our Notion workbook down below, and we're going to dive right in this lesson. The first thing I want to get clear on is what your definition of success is, because society loves to prescribe what success should look like. There's so many narratives in the media, and people praise certain things, and it's not anyone's fault, it's just how our society works. And some examples include people getting praised and seeming successful because they get promotion after work. Or maybe they have a really prestigious job title and it looks good on LinkedIn. Or if you're an entrepreneur and you're deciding to raise money, maybe you get valued at $1 billion and you're a unicorn company. These are some traditional examples of what success could look like, and I don't want you to drink the Kool-Aid and simply adapt that to be your definition. I want you to, like I said, get quiet, get introspective, get deep, and figure out what it is for you. And in the Notion workbook down below, I have some prompts and some questions to help you really flesh that out. But let's talk about the behind the scenes, if you will, of some of those traditional societal success stories, right? Like getting that promotion after promotion at work. I've been there, I've done that. And throughout the entire process, quite frankly, I felt kind of empty. I felt like because this was so praised and everyone talked about it, it would feel better. But I just felt like it wasn't for me. And I felt so much shame and so much like, oh, she's not grateful or whatever. But it just wasn't for me. And then when it comes to having prestigious job titles or working in prestigious industries, yes, maybe it looks good to other people and maybe it's nice on LinkedIn. But at the end of the day, we work 40 hours a week, sometimes more. And we also work for 40 plus years of our lives. And so if you spend a lot of that doing something you don't actually like, that does not seem like a nice life to me. And it does not seem worth it just to have that prestigious title. Let's talk about the entrepreneur that's raising money. If you raise money, that's great. You have funding now for your business, but there's also an expectation that comes with that money. You're supposed to bring a significant return on your investors' money, and that comes with it a lot of pressure and sometimes a lot of drama. And when we look at a lot of those unicorn companies, a lot of them aren't at the same valuations they are today. There's so many D2C darlings like Casper, like Allbirds that were valued at so much money, and now they're just a fraction of that valuation. So all these things don't really mean anything. At the end of the day, it's all just noise. And so you need to get quiet and figure out what success means to you. And then once you've done that, we can actively work towards it and we can work smarter and not just harder. So that's the first thing I want you to reflect on. And then the second thing I want you to think through is what you actually want your day-to-day job to look like. Because yes, we can have a nice, fancy, prestigious title, like you're an entrepreneur, you're a founder, or you're a senior manager at this company, or whatever it is. But if you don't like what you're doing 40 plus hours of the week, that just does not sound like a life that I want to live, nor you should live. So let's get quiet and figure out what you actually want your day-to-day to look like. And you can answer the questions and prompts in the Notion workbook down below to help you figure that out. And then thirdly, let's talk about your purpose with starting a business, because without knowing your purpose, we can't help you get there and achieve the level of sustainable success that you deserve. And so is your purpose in starting this business simply because you're not super fulfilled in your career right now and you just want something that fulfills you outside of work? Or are you looking to make some side income for yourself because you want to buy a property or you want to travel or you want to take a sabbatical? Like, what does that look like? Or do you actually want to build a business with the intention of doing it full-time, quitting your corporate job, and becoming a full-time entrepreneur? Because each of these different things will mean something different strategically. As an example, if you're just looking to make side income, but you still want to kill it at your job, then your focus is still going to be your job, and we need to kind of figure out passive-ish income that could be your side income. Or if you want to do this full time and become a full time entrepreneur, then we need to be really strategic and know that your job is now kind of going to be on the back burner. And we're going to need to figure out how to make you a sustainable, steady income so that you feel good about quitting your job to do this full time. It's all different energies and all different intentions, but without knowing it before we start, we can't plan for it. And so that's why in this first lesson, we're going to be setting up your intention. So make a copy of the Notion workbook down below if you haven't done so. Go through it, finalize all the prompts, all the questions. And then with every single one of these lesson videos in the Build a Sustaining Business program, I am sending you an email after each lesson, sometimes with my personal anecdotes, sometimes with additional support, sometimes with even more materials. Each lesson will be coupled with that. And so if you don't see it in your email inbox, check your spam folder. Or if you have a Gmail account, toggle onto the promotions tab and it might be there. For both scenarios, if it's in your spam or in your promotions, make sure you drag it into your inbox so that hopefully for the rest of the 14 emails, this doesn't happen and you don't miss anything. Once you've completed all the Notion workbook exercises, you've read through this lesson's email, I will see you in the next video.